You are here with By the Cover. Today we're going to be reviewing Child of God by Cormac and McCarthy. This book was 898 pages and took me one day to read. This review will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to hear those, click off now. This is my first Cormac McCarthy book. I chose it because it seemed to have fairly high ratings and it was short. Unfortunately, I just did not gel with this one. There's a lot of things that I didn't like. I would rate this one a 1.2 out of 10. As far as my likes with the book, I think the author is talented. He has a beautiful way of describing things with very minimal language that has maximum impact. The pacing was extremely good. It had very short chapters that were digestible, and it took me, again, about 5 hours to read. Plot points that I really enjoyed. I like the short meeting with Lester and John. They were only together for about a page, unfortunately, but I like the chemistry between them. I liked the entire carnival setting. It offered some other perspectives and also showcased the primary character's talents. He used those talents to do something other than horrible things to people, which was different from the rest of the story. I thought the entire blacksmithing story was brilliant. It's the only portion of the story that goes into excruciating detail on how to do something, and the payoff is absolutely golden. Now for my dislikes. I didn't think it would be a problem, but the author's lack of punctuation, especially quotation marks, did a number on me. A lot of times you're thrown into a room and you're trying to figure out what is happening anyway, but having to discern who's having a conversation with who's starting it, and are they going back and forth in this conversation is a mental drain. As well, if there's more than two people in a room, then that issue is exacerbated. So if there's three people, it's a bigger problem. There's four, etc., etc. You have to have mental focus on reading the dialogue, and if you get pulled away by a distraction in life, you have to pretty much reread the entire conversation because you'll forget where you left off and who was saying what. The authors seem to like to start dialogue in the middle of paragraphs, so you would have to jump back and go, oh, that's dialogue, let's reread that again to understand what's going on. Aside from the primary character, there just weren't many characters that were developed or interesting. They were all just kind of bland hillbilly folk. There wasn't anyone that was really great or good that you could root for in the story. Lester, the primary character, was insufferable with pretty much no redeeming qualities. I don't buy that he was ostracized from society because he wasn't. He had friends and he hung out with people. He was just kind of a dick throughout his life, and he did dick things till he died. There was a point with very laughable dialogue, probably the most laughable dialogue I've ever seen, and that was when Lester happens upon a young couple doing it in a car. He ends up taking out the boyfriend, and the girlfriend says, "Oh no, what'd you go and do that for?" It was the most stupid, laughable dialogue I've ever read. Luckily, it was only that one time. But really, my primary issue with this, besides just lack of great characters or even good characters, is that nothing really happens and there's no point to the story. It's just one guy running around doing things and everyone else is along for the ride. It's not a good horror novel. It's not like it was building up tension or anything. It's just a guy going around doing things and things are happening. And that's it. It's basically just a vehicle to be disturbing with no underlying point to the story. I just did not connect with this story. I didn't like it. I did think the writing was fascinating, but ultimately it takes more than beautiful writing to save a shitty story for me. So that's about it. We'll catch you later.